Hello, hello.
What the heck? Who's this?
This is a voice from the void who's only been on here twice before.
You're in my house.
How's it going, Jamie?
It's good. It's good.
I've been on here a couple times. I'm Eric, also known as Vis on the internet. Formerly plug-in Twitch channels, no longer really doing that at the moment, but happy to be here today.
I am also happy you are here today. It's been a while. We got to catch up, and now we're gonna talk crazy talk. So I couldn't ask for more.
Absolutely. Oh, I love crazy talk.
Yeah.
You know the mental gymnastics. It's so good. What are we talking about today specifically, Jamie?
Stupid theories. Crazy conspiracy theories, dumb conspiracies, whatever you want to call it. Just
things that are so brain rotted that you can't imagine that anyone actually believes it.
Yeah, wild, outlandish, nutso.
I'm Kate.
And I'm Jane, and this is Creeps and Coffee.
A show where we talk about the dark parts of the world around us.
Cryptids, conspiracies, things that go bump in the night.
And the crimes behind the scariest creatures of all, humans.
Join us as we take a look at the stories sure to give you the creeps.
Pull up a seat, grab a coffee,
and let's have a chat.
Watch us get disproved, but,
Oh, I'm sure that, there's going to be, comments, I'm sure, and all of them are going to be arguing with us and saying that we don't know what we're talking about, and that, the actual conspiracy theory is something crazier. Clearly.
Because, I have three that I think are very dumb, and they're not based in reality at all, but there are people who believe them. And I'm like,
see, some of mine, I'm not sure if there's people that actually believe, if I'm honest.
Hopefully not. I wonder if we have any of the same theories.
I mean, mine are on the level of, birds aren't real, right? Where, I don't know if there's actually people that believe
you mean they're
it.
drones?
Yeah, stuff like that. I don't know if anyone actually believes that.
Watch one of them, I believe. Actually, birds are government devices.
Absolutely. I gotta put on my tinfoil hat. I have a family member that's like a serious crazy conspiracy theorist. Not to call him out in specific. He will probably never watch this because I'm sure he will think that whatever podcasting platform we're using is like a government psyop or something.
Oh yeah.
But I gotta put myself into his shoes, right? I gotta feel like I'm connecting with my inner conspiracy theorist. I love this stuff. I was gonna say there's believable conspiracy theories, and then there's brain rot, and that's definitely where we're going today.
Yeah. Should we jump right into it?
Let's jump right into it. Should I kick us off? Would you like to kick us off?
Yeah, if you want to kick us off with a little palate cleanser, whatever.
Yeah, I'll do something that's shorter. I'll do something that's very stupid. Well, I'm gonna start off with trees are mammals. You heard that one before?
No, I've heard about. No, actually. Let's get into that one.
Trees are mammals. Okay, so the idea being, you know how creepy things happen in the woods?
Right.
You guys have done enough podcasts talking about creepy stuff. I'm sure you've talked about some incident where someone gets killed in the woods or something like that. Well, you know what's lame? Talking about, Bigfoot or Yetis, stuff like that, cryptids, that's lame. How about we talk about trees are actually the plot? Do you see they communicate with each other? Like the root structures underground communicate between the trees?
Right.
And everything creepy that happens in the woods is as a result of trees being sentient. I found this deep into a YouTube conspiracy hole that I went down last night. What do you think?
I mean, I believe trees are alive. They're definitely part of nature, Mother Nature. And I'm sure plants have communications that we don't quite know about with other plants. However, I don't think it's to the degree that this theory is going for.
What, you claim to say that trees didn't actually, like, kill every person that goes missing in the woods?
Not to my knowledge.
Like, every Wow, stunning. Stunning. Yeah, I don't see too much legitimacy in this one, but, you know, I think there's people that do believe it. You know, the trees are mammals.
I mean, I can't prove or disprove it.
I think this is a real one that some people believe, by the way.
Yeah. Somebody out there with very little education who lives in the woods is like, oh yeah. Yeah, trees. They're alive.
Yeah. Anyhow.
I mean, certainly not wolves or bears or humans attack people in the woods. It's the trees.
Yeah, clearly. The other thing is that they also can, like, kill each other by poisoning the soil.
You know what?
Oh, yeah. Like, this theory's dumb.
I have a theory about this theory.
You have a theory about this theory. Hit me with it.
What if this theory is one that was perpetuated by the government so that we would start hating trees and want to tear them down, which would be a good thing because they want to tear down all the trees for global warming and they want to build towers in their place and, you know?
Oh, crap. I see it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is legit. I think it's legit. Yeah, I think you're onto something, and you're onto some bigger conspiracy theories. Like, I'm sure whatever you have in store for us that you want to go into.
Yeah. Also, if I get sniped out, it was the government, guys, because I'm on to them.
Yeah, I got some government ones. I got a few government ones in here.
So, I've got one that there is pretty much no proof about. And I'm gonna shut it down pretty quickly, but...
Come on, there's gotta be more proof than trees are mammals.
Well, you might have even heard about this. There are people who say that the Holocaust didn't happen.
Oh, okay. Holocaust didn't happen?
Yeah, it never happened at all. So...
Yeah, you care to explain millions dead?
Yeah, and that's my thing, is, like, I couldn't obviously find any scholarly articles or proof that this happened. I also have been to Germany and Poland. I have been to Auschwitz and Birkenau. I've seen things.
There's also literally footage.
Yeah. I went in a gas chamber. Like, I have seen it firsthand. So I don't know what incels were propagating this, but it's mostly word of mouth. Like, there are no real articles being like, oh yeah, and here's our proof. The only stance they have is it's not real, and they claim to be revisionists who are like, oh, okay. Well, like, we can revise history because what we believed from 1950 is different from now. Yeah, but not to the extent of fabricating an entire war and genocide and, like, 17 million people murdered?
Yeah, I don't know if it was that many, but there was millions and millions of the
I don't
the death
think
toll.
so.
Yeah, that's a lot of unexplained deaths. If that didn't happen, the question is what happened to them, right? Like, there's a lot of, like, conspiracy theories you can get into of, like, hollow earth theory and stuff like that. So perhaps, if we're gonna go down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole, like, you could explain the disappearance of people by a, like, hollow earth, or, like, there's I mean, if we're gonna go into Nazi stuff, there's a dumb movie called Iron Sky about the Nazis having a base on the dark side of the moon. So maybe they took them all off.
How did you know I was going to talk about that?
Oh, is that what we're going to talk about?
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie? Have you seen Iron Sky?
No, I have not seen Iron Sky, but I saw it when I was doing research for this, and I was like, hey, what is this?
I have watched
Nazis
Iron Sky.
Nazis are on the moon.
I have watched Iron Sky, and I've watched the sequel, which involves Nazis at the center of the Earth. That's the sequel, is like Hollow Earth movie. Yeah, it's like, I don't remember what it's called. Iron Sky 2 Electric Boogaloo? No, I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, I've seen Iron Sky. When I was in middle school, my friends and I would watch the dumbest movies possible. Shout out to Dead Snow, a Norwegian language film about Nazi zombies. That's a fun one. Is that the other one?
No, it's not. It was just I was gonna mention it in relation to this.
I own a physical DVD copy of Dead Snow. My friend found it. My best friend from Norway. Shout out to Ferdinand. He's over in Norway. He brought me a physical copy that he found in a thrift store over in Norway. It's only Norwegian language with no subtitles on the DVD.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm not going to understand a damn thing, but I've seen that, and there's 2 of those movies, too. Anyhow, like, I guess Holocaust doesn't happen. You have to, like, to go through the mental gymnastics of that, you have to work your way into other conspiracy theories. Be it, like, Nazis on the moon, be it Nazis at the center of the earth. Like, there's just no other way to explain the disappearance of, 6 million? I think it's 6 million Jewish people plus, millions of others.
Yeah.
So something to that effect. I could have my numbers wrong. My AP Euro teacher would not be happy with me right now.
No, that's so fair.
I'm 10 years out of high school.
You are correct. I'm also gonna talk about the Nazis on the moon then while we're at it.
Yeah, let's hit that. So plot of Iron Sky is, again, the dark side of the moon. You don't see it. There's a huge Nazi base on there. But enlighten me to more. I've never actually dug into the conspiracy theory. I've just seen the dumb movie.
Yeah, well, it doesn't have that many legs. That's probably why. But the same thing as with the Holocaust denial, it is, I think, rooted very much in anti-Semitism and racism and prejudice. But,
Yeah, and
then there are Nazis on the moon. It is... It's a very...
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing. It's so absurd.
Yeah, it's quite a conspiracy. There's no proof of it, but because of how much, fiction there is around it, there is a very, very small group of people who are taking it as fact. The 2012 film Iron Sky. There is also a young adult novel from 1947 called Rocket Ship Galileo, which...
Oh, okay.
Same premise. There's teenagers who go to the moon and find a secret Nazi base. A video game called Wolfenstein: The New Order.
Played that one, too.
Yeah, of course you have. The Man in the High Castle by Philip K. Dick.
That's a classic.
Won.
Yeah,
Why do
I think
you know so much about
my
this?
dad's read that book, I think. So The Man in the High Castle was like a classic book. It got made into an Amazon Prime series a couple years ago. I don't know. I love alternate history stuff. There's a couple of those like Nazis actually won books.
Oh. That's a whole can of worms, huh?
Oh god.
I guess
there's a bunch of those sort of things.
Before I continue, do you believe that there are Nazis on the moon?
No, I need to clarify. Absolutely
okay.
Not. However, it makes for some stupid fiction.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Makes for some very dumb fiction.
There's also a manga about... This one's crazy. It's called The Legend of Koizumi. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but it has the Prime Minister of Japan battling Hitler on the moon. You guessed it, in a game of mahjong.
Oh, in mahjong. Oh, that's excellent.
So what's
the title of it? What's the title of that light novel?
The Legend of Kazumi.
Oh,
you're like,
excellent.
write that down.
Light novels always have the dumbest titles. They're like 12 words long. They're like that time I got reincarnated into a Nazi on the moon. It's like
that one's real, isn't it?
No, I have no clue.
But
oh my god.
Yeah, you are right.
I don't give
There's a lot of alternate timeline stuff, but
yeah, I don't know if The Man in the High Castle, that one's any good. I haven't read it. Iron Sky is not a good film, okay? It's not a good film. But, like, if you're a couple drinks in, you're with some friends, and you're looking for, like, brain shut-off movie, I can recommend that one. The other one that I can recommend that's in the same vein is FDR American Badass, which is all about Nazis being werewolves during World War II. That one's also an equally, brain shut off. Yeah, the reason why FDR's in a wheelchair is he gets bit by a werewolf and given the polio from the werewolf.
Right.
Equally brain shut off dumb film.
It
also the guy that plays Jar Jar Binks is in that movie.
Oh wow. You gotta pay the bills, I guess.
Yeah. I could go down a whole rabbit hole of him. But what do you think? Nazis on the moon?
Well, so I don't believe it, to state that. And the only argument that this very small group of people has is, well, when the war ended, a bunch of Nazi officials had to go into hiding and they fled to South America. Why couldn't they have fled to the moon?
Maybe because they didn't have the tech to fly to the moon yet. Wow, crazy.
But also, there's rumors about Nazi UFOs and Nazi flying saucers. So,
Do you want to go down any... I don't have anything on my list. I didn't do that much research, but there's a bunch of UFO conspiracies. UFOs are actually, living organisms themselves. Mini UFOs, microscopic UFOs. Oh, yeah, there's some crazy shit.
Tune into our next conspiracy episode where we talk about that.
I could go down whole rabbit holes of these. We could fill up a whole episode on Nazi conspiracies, moon landing. I'm sure that this intersects with the moon landing stuff.
Me writing this down right now for us to talk about it another time.
We could do a whole one of those or a whole conspiracy theory podcast on JFK. Do you have any JFK theories on your list? Because I got one on my list that I wanted to cover in terms of wacky conspiracies.
I mean, I don't for today, but, I've said all I need to about Holocaust denial and Nazis on the moon, so if you want to go into it, let me hit you with the strangest JFK theory. Now, I love JFK conspiracy theories, okay? I had a teacher in high school, shout out to my AP US teacher in high school, where him and I would talk about conspiracy theories every day after class for 10 minutes. We love delving into this sort of thing. Just on the, some of the more absurd ones, especially JFK stuff, right? However, one that I did not hear us ever talking about because it is absolutely insane is the idea that JFK shot himself. Oh,
I found that one deep into the regards. So the idea is that there's a tie into parallel universes theories and string theory and stuff like that says that if there's a bunch of different universes where every, different instance of thing has to happen, right? Shout out to, multiverse movies and stuff like that. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once comes to mind. But if every different universe has to exist, then there's a universe where JFK shot himself. And why couldn't that be our universe? Huh? Yeah, it's very stupid. The idea being that JFK was so overwhelmed with the presidency, didn't like what he was doing, Bay of Pigs invasion straight into the Cuban Missile Crisis, very, very, stressful time to be a president during the Cold War.
Right.
So it says that on that day that JFK was in the car, that there was no actual shooters, or that that was all a cover-up by the government because JFK killed himself. Think about this. How bad would it look during the Cold War for the U.S. government to have, had a leader kill themselves in power, right? It's a very bad look on the world stage.
Yeah.
So the idea is that the whole thing, everything about the murder was a government cover-up. Now, I've heard a lot of JFK's conspiracy theories, right? You got, the second shooter, you have, multiple shooters, lots of government cover-up stuff. I have never heard JFK shot himself. So what do you think, Jamie?
That's a new one to me. Yeah. I mean, initially, my mind goes to that TV show. I think it was also a comic book. What's it called? Umbrella Academy?
Oh, I have not seen it. Doesn't that tie into like Resident Evil or something? Am I crazy?
I don't remember too much about it, but I feel like in the second season they talk about, like, spoilers, going back in time, and it's something about killing JFK. And so that's
Excellent.
kind of what I'm picturing is, like, that. He comes from an alternate dimension and just kills, like, sure.
So I looked it up. I don't think there's any relation to Resident Evil, but it looks good. I like Elliot Page, so I'll have to give it a give it a watch.
It's a pretty good show. I haven't seen the last season, but I like it. It's a little weird, but
It's got a 7.8 on IMDb, 78% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's certainly wonky. So it's a superhero show, like superhero time travel show?
yeah. One of them's superpower is to, like, he can time travel, but he can't, like, control it. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a little bit dangerous. You like end up in the wrong period in history.
Oh yeah. So.
I've always thought
that
about
out.
that, right? Like, there's got to be ways where you end up totally wrong. Like, I don't know if you've seen. I don't know if you've seen Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, the most recent one from a couple years ago, but slight spoilers for that. There's a lot of weird time travel-y stuff that goes on in that movie. I don't want to spoil too much because I think a lot of people genuinely haven't seen it, but that actually goes into some like conspiracy stuff of like, what if you can't quite control the time travel of where you think that you want to go to?
How you gonna get back?
Yeah, how are you going to go back, right? Like, you change the dial wrong, and all of a sudden you're in crazy period in time.
Yeah.
And that movie also involves Nazis, conspiracy
true.
sort of stuff, too. It all comes full circle.
Yeah. The Nazis are everywhere.
They're everywhere. Even on the moon.
Now. Even on the moon, and in Hollow Earth.
Anyhow, I don't know if there's any validity to JFK shot himself. And I doubt that there's too many people that believe that one.
Yeah.
That's a new one for me.
I'm definitely open to some of the other conspiracies about him, because
We could do a whole episode on JFK conspiracies.
I would like to, yeah.
Second shooter stuff, going through the footage. I think that there's a lot of it that's plausible. I won't say I believe it, but there's plausible ones there, right? It's kind of like the moon landing. There's so many conspiracy theories about it.
Yeah.
And anyhow, did I go through all of the ones that you had there? Or do you have anything else on your list you'd like to talk about?
I mean, I had one more, and also I do have a backup that I can talk about because it's probably a 1 minute long one as well. A brief little, this is a conspiracy and this is why it isn't real.
Okay.
I'll bring up that one first. Did you know that there's a white genocide happening?
A white genocide. Oh boy. No, enlighten me, Jamie. Enlighten me.
So, some people claim that there's a white genocide or a white extinction. It is also called the white replacement conspiracy theory. It is a white nationalist conspiracy theory that claims that there's a deliberate plot to cause the extinction of white people through forced assimilation, mass immigration, and violent genocide.
Oh.
So, they are trying to
I
get
sure
rid
see
of
that.
white people with immigration, and it's totally not racist or anything.
Oh god. So what? If we tinfoil hat this for a second, are they claiming that all the immigrants coming to the U.S. or coming to other countries are actually part of like a widespread, conspiracy?
Agenda. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
They
I'm sure it's
say
not just people
it's
leaving their crappy living conditions that, and fleeing as refugees from terrible violence.
Nope.
Surely.
They're having people immigrate so that they can have more babies and have quote unquote racial integration, interracial marriages. The white genocide is not real, though. Just spoiler, it's a political myth.
Yeah, that's pretty fried.
Yeah.
That's
and it
pretty
was
fried.
popularized
It's
by a
not
white
even...
separatist.
Wow, stunning. Couldn't have seen that one coming.
And it doesn't deserve its whole episode. Not like JFK.
No. No, JFK could do a whole episode. So, let me hit you with another really stupid one that I found, okay?
Awesome.
So, have you ever heard any of the conspiracy theories that say that, like, humans weren't the first species on Earth? Like, kind of tying into, like, ancient aliens or, like, you know, the idea that there were other civilizations on Earth that existed before the human species. You ever heard any of those before?
Very little.
Okay, well, without digging into it a ton, because frankly, I don't know a ton. So, we learned already that trees are mammals, right? What if I told you that volcanoes were actually nuclear power plants?
Oh, I have not heard this one.
Yeah, so the idea tying in, right, so that there was, you know, advanced civilizations that lived on Earth before humans, and that the volcanic activity, which has some ties to nuclear energy in some way, and the reason why volcanoes are, you know, kind of shaped the way that they are is that they were nuclear power plants of a previous civilization that over time turned into volcanoes.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole heck of a lot of validity to that one.
I mean, if you look at science, if you look
I'm putting on my tinfoil hat right now.
Like, what is a volcano? What are the elements inside of a volcano versus nuclear fission and shit? Keep that tinfoil hat on and secure, because that's the only way that this one's gonna...
Yeah, I found that. It was way deep down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole that I went into last night. I went into just down a crazy conspiracy theory rabbit hole. You know, it was so intense. I didn't sleep most of the night. I'm functioning off of conspiracy theory wavelengths right now. That's pretty much a joke.
I believed it. I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
no,
4 a.m. and you're like...
The government's keeping me alive.
For now.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. That's a threat.
So, speaking of government doing things, are you familiar with the video game RuneScape?
Yes, I've heard of it. I've never played it, but I've heard of it.
So I played a little bit of RuneScape as a kid. By far not an expert in any way, shape, or form on RuneScape, but there is a conspiracy, okay, that says that RuneScape was set up by the government, okay, you know, as a way to like replicate a society like New York City. Okay?
Okay. Following.
Yeah, crazy. So RuneScape is a massively multiplayer online game from, you know, the early 2000s into late 90s, you know, somewhere towards the turn of the century. You know, where players go online, it's like, you know, you play Dungeons and Dragons, I know that. It's like a Dungeons and Dragons sort of thing, but it's online. It's like World of Warcraft or something like that before that. It's still very popular to this day. But the idea being that RuneScape resembles New York City in some way. You have a single city that's packed with multiple ethnicities on multiple islands in their quote-unquote separate boroughs. So the world map of RuneScape is separated into separate islands that are different kingdoms. And there's different, like, races of people that live on different islands. God, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. So the idea being that it's similar to New York City, There's people everywhere. It's densely populated, similar to New York City. There's people that are begging on the streets, which are your new players looking for handouts. Okay, and that's the equivalent of your street beggars, of people that haven't made it up the ladder of money. What do you what do you think of that? It's actually a whole government conspiracy.
Sounds pretty legit. I mean, I think I've heard rumblings of this, but I have never played it, so I was just like, okay, whatever. Sure thing.
Yeah, let me tell you, I've played it. I don't think there's any validity to this one.
No? I was gonna say, I know a couple of my coworkers have played it. I should ask them, too, at some point. What are your thoughts on this,
You can ask them about the RuneScape conspiracy theory. Yeah, I don't think so. Although people are jerks in New York City, right? Like, and they're also jerks in RuneScape. People are just willing to screw each other over for profit. It sounds like New York City to me. There's an underground teleport system that exists in RuneScape. Okay, it sounds like a subway system to me.
Just like New York.
Just like New York. There's
I've
different
been to New
different
York.
groups and guilds similar to like activists. And, they try to urge the people that make the game to make certain changes, right? It's like lobbyists. I don't know. It sounds like New York to me. That's all I'm saying.
What it also sounds like is ideas that are broad and...
Yeah, it also just sounds like an online video game.
I could argue that about The Sims.
Oh man, The Sims is a government conspiracy?
Oh.
What if everything in The Sims was real?
That's awesome.
Like simulation theory, the idea of like we're living in the Matrix or something like that. What if we're actually controlling real people in The Sims?
That's cool. I'm always nice to them, so that is fine by me.
I don't know if this is a conspiracy theory, but we need to start it now.
I would like to do that. Because when I was younger, I used to tell myself when I die and go to heaven, it's either going to be the Wii Sports Resort or The Sims 4.
Oh, no! I don't think I would hate living in The Sims. Everyone's just like, Ludig Hooga, Nida Kuda. That sounds...
Jabba-dee-doo-dah.
That sounds like hell. I only get to hear, like...
I'm gonna go drowned because there's no ladder in this pool.
The Grim Reaper just comes for me and attacks me.
But hey, you can romance the Grim Reaper now.
Oh, you can romance the Grim Reaper now. That's great. I can also go to Star Wars Land.
It's true. And now there are fairies and vampires and mermaids and aliens and plant people.
I have not been keeping up with The Sims 4, I don't think, enough. I didn't play a whole lot of The Sims 4. I was a Sims 1 and Sims 2 kind of kid. Back in my day!
Yeah. Yeah.
I've heard good things about The Sims 4 if you want to spend $800 on, on expansions.
Oh, yeah. The base game is so mid. But if you are willing to shell out hundreds of dollars, it gets pretty cool.
The modding scene is crazy.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That sort of stuff is insane.
I have done very little mods, but I got clothes and stuff that were super cute, and then somehow I did something wrong, and then everyone was bald and naked all the time, and so I got rid of all of the mods, because I didn't know which one caused it.
Oh, that sounds like it's actually a government conspiracy. They actually didn't want you to disturb the game files.
That's why we have nudist retreats in real life. There's a mod from the aliens that made it an accident, and now they're all naked.
Excellent. So I'm through the bulk of mine. I know you have one other big conspiracy theory that you wanted to go into.
Yeah. Do you have any left?
I have a couple. I got a couple smaller ones left, and then one that might take us a little bit longer to go through.
Cool. I can say mine now if we're...
Sure. Let's hear it.
So, this one also involves anti-Semitism. Woo!
I've heard a lot of weird ones. You ever heard? Wait, I got to see if I can guess it. Is it the idea that the Jews did 9/11? I've heard that one before.
No, but pretty close. I thought you were gonna guess it.
Okay,
So,
I've heard that one before. That is some crazy stuff.
that is a theory.
That is a real conspiracy theory that people actually believe in. By the way.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt it.
What's this theory, Jamie? Hit me with
This
it.
one. So, do you remember how a couple of years ago there was some really bad wildfires in California? I mean, there is
yeah.
every year, but
I was gonna say there certainly was the past few years.
I believe every year they get some really bad ones, and I can't remember what exact year this is without Googling it
Is
right
it
now.
last
but
year or was it last year that had all like the Palisade fires and stuff?
I think so, yeah. I think this theory is from... I think this theory started in 2018, but you could say it for every year. So the theory is that the wildfires are caused by a secret Jewish space laser.
Oh, okay.
Have you heard of that one?
No, but you know what? While we're on it, I got another space laser theory for you afterwards. But they were caused by a secret Jewish space laser. Wait,
Yeah.
how can the Jewish have a space laser if the Nazis are also operating on the dark side of the moon?
So?
Do they tie together?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say, please tell me that they tie together. I need to
That
hear
would
it.
be a really full circle moment. But no. So, there's a woman named... Gonna full name drop, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yep.
You know of Marjorie?
Yeah, I know Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah.
But where does she come to
conservative.
play with this?
So in 2018, she made a Facebook post claiming this without, like, outright saying it. She said that she found it really curious that the Rothschilds family partnered with a solar space generator program in like 2009, and that they launched into space in March of 2018. And she thinks that perhaps the space solar generators collect the, and I'm quoting this from the Facebook post, collect the sun's energy and beam it back to Earth to transmit it, which is supposed to be converted to electricity. However, it's supposed to replace coal and oil, but perhaps they missed the transmitter receiving station. And she goes, I mean, mistakes are never made when anything new is invented. What would that look like anyway? A laser beam or a light beam coming down onto Earth? Could that cause a fire? I don't know. I hope not. It wouldn't look so good for Rothschild Inc., Solarian, or Jerry Brown, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's some,
For reference,
that's some
this
stuff
woman
right there.
also believes that the shootings at Sandy Hook were staged, and that Democratic officials in charge should be executed, and that 9/11 was an inside job, and she claims that Muslim people don't belong in the government.
So I found an entire page. This comes
So take
straight
what
off
she
of
says
the
with a
Marjorie
grain of
Taylor
salt.
Greene. Yes. Oh, for sure. I found a whole page here. I just looked at the Marjorie Taylor Greene Wikipedia page. Right on the front page. Nothing. It's not a sub page. It's pretty close to the top. Right underneath the top text about it. Okay? Says that she has promoted anti-Semitic and white supremacist views, including the white genocide conspiracy theory that you mentioned earlier.
Of course.
Implicate the Clinton family in a murder, according to one of them. You mentioned the 9/11. Said that the COVID-19 safety measures were equivalent to the persecution of Jews during the Holocaust. That's
Right.
right, you know, of course, and that's not terrible in any way, shape, or form. Loads of different other conspiracy theory sort of stuff.
She's everywhere.
Oh yeah, she's
She's
certainly
like Jim
everywhere.
Jones or John. What's his name? John Jones.
Alex
Jim
Jones?
Alex Jones. She's like him.
Yeah, Alex Jones also had that whole Sandy Hook thing, right? That's what ended up taking him down, is he got sued by on that whole thing. So it doesn't surprise me that she does that as well. She also promoted Russian propaganda during the invasion of Ukraine. That's a lot of fun. Supported calls to execute prominent Democratic Party politicians, including Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. And again, all of these, if you're a person that, you know, happens to be more right-wing politically, that's fine. All of what I'm coming at you with here is directly off of the Wikipedia page for her. I'm not going down any sort of rabbit holes. Everything has sources on here. Some of these have multiple sources. It comes directly from the front page of her Wikipedia.
Yep. And a lot of people who apparently, like, believe this theory, along with all her other theories, you know, are people who are very misinformed with politics and who will, they're like, yeah, exactly white genocide, exactly Jewish space lasers. Some of them, though, are bots. Some of them are just trolling. Some people are just looking for attention when they're like, oh yeah, it's the Jewish space lasers, it's the, 9/11 was fake.
Oh, for sure.
So we just have to keep that in mind when we are perusing and being like, oh, you think that this is real? Just remember, you guys, not everyone is telling the truth on the internet. Let's fact check a little bit before we believe things, and remember,
sure.
There are trolls.
For sure. Have you heard? So there was another one that Marjorie Taylor Greene was implicated in. That was something. I'm trying to look it up right now. It was something about atheist satellites.
Oh man.
It was the idea that, like, let me see if I can find it. She didn't actually say it. Okay. It was like fake news about it. But this is a conspiracy theory that some people may say. She didn't actually make a post on this, but people, you know, made fake images to say that she did. Because again, people will claim that she says all sorts of things that she doesn't, even though she says a ton of crazy stuff when it comes to Marjorie Taylor Greene. But there's gonna be people that try to push the agenda even more so on the other side, right? But this whole one was called Christians Against Satellites. Have you ever heard this before?
I haven't, but I'm looking it up now, and I see it. Christians Against Satellites.
Christians Against Satellites. And again, this is one that she didn't actually believe in, or didn't post about believing in. Just so that we can be fair
She's
to
not that crazy,
a whack
right?
job. No, I think she is that crazy. She just didn't post about this one. But the idea, according to the Christians Against Satellites, is that satellites interfere with the ability to effectively communicate with God. This comes directly from the posts. Prayers often collide with satellites and are deflected or destroyed upon impact.
Oh.
Satan uses satellites to intercept and alter prayers before they reach God, resulting in disastrous consequences.
But
Yeah, ever heard that one before?
not until today.
So that was one that Marjorie Taylor Greene did not say that, but sounds a lot like the one that she did say, which is, I'm sure, why she got implicated in this.
Yeah.
Because it sounds a lot like, Jewish space lasers starting the California wildfires. So to wrap back around to yours, did they say why the Jewish space lasers, were like, why targeting California specifically?
Well, because apparently the Rothschilds, who are like a rich Jewish family with a lot of money and success, apparently they were backing a project that required the destruction of California, like, lands so that they could build a railway. And the theory was that, if the trees are destroyed by wildfires, then it's easier to just build over it.
Sure.
Get rid of all that legal jargon. You can just, the land is destroyed. Let's demolish it.
Sure. Something anti-Semitism. I understand.
Yeah.
Everything ties back to anti-Semitism in some way. Again, if you want to go down another rabbit hole, look up the Jews did 9/11 thing. That's a whole separate conspiracy theory. Anyhow, I got one more good size one that is more commonly discussed than, like, volcanoes as nuclear power plants or RuneScape theories. You ever heard the Stevie Wonder conspiracy theory?
No.
So Stevie Wonder, right? Very famous singer, R&B soul singer. Heck of
He's blind, right?
Yeah, so the theory is that he's not blind. That's the theory.
Oh. Huh.
That's the theory. Stevie Wonder isn't actually blind. It started off as a prank that got out of hand. Allegedly. So there's all sorts of different stuff. Most of the ties go back to interactions with Shaq. Okay? Supposedly Shaq saw him drive down a driveway once backwards.
Oh.
There's also like a part that Shaq had with him where like he found his way to an elevator or something. Like, yeah, there's all sorts of crazy stuff. Like, this one probably is big enough to have its own Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
It is huge. You can find pages on Reddit that go deep on it. Like, there are lots of people that believe in the Stevie Wonder is not blind conspiracy theory. And to the point where Stevie Wonder had to address it as soon as a couple of weeks ago or something.
Recently?
He responded apparently July 15th on Rolling Stone magazine. He responded on July 15th. There's a quote in here. He basically said, and I quote for Stevie Wonder, quote, "I must say to all of you something that I was thinking. When did I want to let the world know this? But I wanted to say it right now. There have been rumors about me seeing and all that. But seriously, you know the truth. After my birth I became blind. Now it was a blessing because it's allowed me to see the world in the vision of truth. See people in the spirit of them. I see people in the spirit of them, not how they look. Not what color they are, but what color is their spirit, is what he said. And apparently he's discussed it a couple of times. In 2015 he was on the Late Show with David Letterman. And he, discussed being blind and stuff on them. But yeah, he literally, had a little response to it a couple weeks ago. I think he just kind of thinks it's funny, and he's kept it lighthearted a couple times too. But there's all sorts of crazy claims. Like, I found a guy on Reddit, okay, which is very trustworthy. I found random Reddit account number 6 that claimed that he worked as, an electrician or an engineer or some maintenance in a hotel that Stevie Wonder was staying at, and he got requested to go up and replace the light bulbs in Stevie's room.
Oh my god. Because blind people are completely blind. They can't see anything, any form of light at all.
Yeah.
They can't see shadows or anything, no.
Stevie Wonder's also supposedly been seen driving a Tesla, but they have self-driving. So
That's
who knows? Yeah, this conspiracy theory is so stupid. This was like the first thing that came to mind when you asked me for dumb conspiracies, Jamie. So what do you think? Give me your take.
I think this would be more realistic if it was like 20 years ago and we didn't have the technology that we do now, and I would probably have been a victim of this. Somebody would just come up to me and be like, he's blind. I'd be like, well, he's not blind? What? And then I would do no further research and be like, wow, that's crazy. Sounds legit. But in this day and age, come on. Come on. Do you believe it?
No, I don't think so. Again, if you want a clip to watch after this, for anyone watching the show or listening to the show, or yourself, Jamie, look up the Shaq story about when he finds the way to the room in an elevator. Like, apparently Stevie just walks into the elevator and just presses the button to the floor or something like that. But blind people are amazing. Okay? The amount that you can learn to do without seeing is just incredible.
I mean, you have to. You have to find a way to live.
You have to. You have no choice, right? Like, there's the story of, woman in some African village, I believe. I could be wrong. Maybe it's a man. Maybe it's not even an African village. But there was a woman of some... There was some story of woman in village who was able to... identify 500 different people in the tribe by the sound of their footsteps.
Whoa.
Again, I'm botching it, but it was
That's-
something that I read up on a while ago. It was, some like tribal
That's really
chieftain.
cool, but also I believe it.
No, I totally believe it, right? I've employed some of it at work. I can tell you, again, granted,
Yeah.
There's very differences between my coworkers, but I can tell you the difference between when my 100-pound coworker walks by who's skinny as a rail and like my 400-pound coworker.
Oh yeah.
Like that, they make a different sound.
I can tell you the same thing. I had 7 roommates at one point. I could tell who was coming down the hallway. Like, yeah, that sounds legit to me.
Like that just sounds legit, and like, maybe, like the Shaq story's funny as hell. You should definitely watch it. It's from a couple of years ago. It's funny as hell. But if you want to see blind people doing some amazing stuff, when I was doing some research on this, have you heard of the sport of goal ball?
No, I've never heard that.
I had no idea ahead of this, but it's a sport specifically for the blind. And I want to try playing it because you just, like, everyone blindfolds themselves, basically. But it is a sport for the blind where, it's, like, everyone is, like, kneeling down on the ground, basically. Almost like hockey style, defending from a huge net that runs the whole side of the court, basically. And the idea is it's just don't let the ball go past you into the net. And you have to do it entirely based off of, like, the sound of the ball.
That would be
It's a
hard.
real sport. It gets played at like the Paralympics and stuff like that. But I want to try this.
I would try it. Yeah.
Apparently, like some gym teachers and stuff do it. Like it sounds like a blast. If you're a high school gym teacher and you're listening to this, get some blindfolds and have your kids play it. It sounds like a blast. It's something different to do in gym class.
Yeah.
But the people that are blind that are professionally playing this, they're crazy. Go look it up. It's insane. Like they don't even look like they're blind when you watch them play this.
Yeah.
What's that superhero that's blind that I can't think of the name of? I can look it up for a second. It's that Marvel.
Daredevil?
Daredevil. Yeah, it's like some Daredevil stuff when you're watching these guys,
Daredevil's cool.
I don't know. Anyhow, Stevie Wonder, you don't think there's any legitimacy either? I don't think there is either.
I don't, and also because I know that, like, there is a spectrum to, like, blindness. Like, you can still be legally blind. Like, you can be considered blind. You can get a guide dog. You can walk with a cane and still see a little bit. Like,
Yeah,
I
you
know
can see,
there's
like, colors.
Yeah,
depending on the
and there's
person.
one guy on TikTok who has, like, pinhole vision. So he's, like, he's legally blind. He has a guide dog, and he's like, I can see about as big as, like, if you close one eye and look at your pinky fingernail, that's about how much vision I can see. So, like, yeah, I can still look at my phone, but I am legally blind. I can never drive. I can never do. And it's like, yeah, maybe Stevie's just, like, not completely pitch black blind. Like,
Yeah. Honestly, to go back to it, I'm very excited for self-driving cars for that. As an accessibility thing, that's going to be sweet, man. Like, that guy will be able to actually, like, take his own car someplace.
yeah.
Like, very excited for that. But no, I agree. I think it's just it's a misunderstanding of people with disabilities. And I think that that happens in a lot of different areas, not just blindness. There's, like, you look at, like, gross misunderstanding of people with autism, right? And how that's a spectrum. I see it with color blindness. I have a friend that's colorblind. He's, like, red-green colorblind. And you know the amount of people that, seriously...
Black and white?
Yes! Like, people just don't understand. Like, if it's a disability that they don't have, they don't understand other people's disability. That's all I'm saying.
It's also, like, we just need to educate people more in general about them. Like, sure, you can go out and do your own research. If it affects you, you'll learn about yourself. If it affects someone you love, yeah, you'll learn from them, or you'll do your own research. But none of this is, like, taught anywhere, and I think it should be.
Yeah, I think that's valid. And that's honestly quite an optimistic note. I'm out of conspiracies here. Are you out of conspiracies,
I am
Jamie?
also out of conspiracies, yeah.
I feel like education is a good way to sum this up.
Yeah, we need better education. We need more education.
Against all of this, I don't think that you'd have as many people thinking that trees are mammals if you just looked at a tree cell.
Mm-hmm.
You know? You look at a plant cell and take biology 101.
Yeah. God forbid.
But no, clearly at the end of the day, it's not education that's failing us. It's just that they're not education that Nazis are on the moon.
Dun, dun, dun. Well, thank you for being here. Did you have any closing statements, or was that it?
No, that's pretty much it. I had another one that I didn't touch on about zombies on the Titanic. There's a book named Deck Z that is fiction, but similar to your like Man in the High Castle alternate fiction. It's an alternate reality about the Titanic crashing because of a zombie apocalypse, and I thought that was funny.
You're gonna need to talk to Caitlin about that one, because she's gonna go nuts.
All right, Jamie, thank you so much for having me.
And thank you for being here.
You can follow my dead Twitch channel if you'd like. It's still over at twitch.tv/thisisvisser. I might end up using it for some other uses down the line. I guess a bunch of other projects that are planned. My name's Eric. And yeah, thank you so much for having me.
And thank you for being here. This was really fun.
Absolutely.
If you guys want to contact us or anything, we've got Instagram, Creeps and Coffee, X, Creeps and Coffee, Gmail is creepsandcoffee@gmail.com, and then subscribe to our Patreon, which is just patreon.com/creepsandcoffee. And
well, you should. I'm gonna go and subscribe to the Creeps and Coffee Patreon.
Yeah, thank you.
You very much should.
Yeah, you heard it here, folks. And yeah.
Creeps and Coffee. And thank you so much.
Everyone have a lovely day.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Creeps and Coffee is produced and edited by us, Kate and Jane.
Our theme music is Stuck in a Hole by Dated.
For more information on where to find them, check out the link in our show notes. And to connect with us, follow us on Instagram and Twitter @Creeps and Coffee.